Hey, and welcome to number 104 of the Scoped Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I am your host, Jackson Heaton, Atlanta's Rock Ambassador, and today we have the CEO. Cannot wait to finally see these guys live. April 23rd, 37 Main Avondale Estates, playing their album Redemption. You also have great band 7 Year Witch on the bill and Atlanta's own Silly Goose. You will not want to miss this. And even more, the CEO features Vinnie Hornsby, bassist of Sevendust. Of course, the Atlanta band that made it big. And the opportunity to talk to a member of Sevendust was incredible. Vinny and I, we talk about, our love of R. Thomas here in Atlanta. We talk about the good old days of the Atlanta rock scene, kind of the purity of it back in the day. So that was really cool to be able to talk to him about that. But this is a CEO interview, and the CEO... the sky's the limit, man. The talent in this band, Mac, Vinny, Bo, Chase, Joe. This is a powerhouse of a band. So get over there and see them April 23rd at 37 Main Avondale Estates. Just so much that we talk about. I stick my foot in my mouth so bad, and if I edited it out of the interview, but if you want to hear what it was about, you'll hear that at the end of the interview. So many amazing topics. We talk a lot about golf for some reason. We really hit on golf, but enjoy this episode. What a great group of guys. Now all of them in the band have been on the podcast. Of course, Chase was on with The Thrill before the CEO, and Bo, his band 7 Year Witch, they were on previously. So check it all out and enjoy episode number 104 of the Scoped Podcast. Step into my world. I'm psyched. Let's go. had the most detailed zombie apocalypse plan I have ever heard in my life.
That's what we talk about.
I guarantee you're not going to get that from this group.
Yeah.
Do you not have a chair, Mac?
Here, Mac. Rider.
You want a chair?
Boss gets a chair.
No, dude, have mine. No, y'all. Mac, have mine.
I'll stand. I don't care.
Good. Sure.
I got to work on my fitness for being a new dad anyway.
Here, take my chair. Take it.
I've been having some lower back problems now, and I'm constantly trying to learn how to stretch now. Yes. Like the proper stretches for my lower back pain, because like I'm driving 2.5 hours back from the Masters yesterday, and my back just starts fucking killing me.
Yeah.
And so I'm feeling a little bit my age right now.
Yeah.
I'm 32. I'll be 33.
Young buck.
Young buck. I'm still a young buck.
You're a young buck, man. You throw out your back washing your hair. That's a good time.
Have you done that?
Absolutely. First time I ever did it was washing my hair.
Speaking of the Masters, my golf swing, I throw my back out about every time I hit it out these days.
Dude, I still, if I go a few months without playing, or a few weeks even, when I play the next day, I'm done after 18 holes. Yeah. I'm done. I'm like sore. That was my workout for the week.
The only way I get through is I have to have a lot of swing medicine, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I played with my father-in-law a couple weeks ago, and his buddies walked the course. They had like the push things that, you put your bag on and you can push it. And then I'm like, do you want to walk? He goes, no, we have cigars and we have a cooler full of beers. We're not freaking walking. Right. So I'm like, the last time I walked 18 holes of golf, I was in high school and I played on the team. Other than that, I'm not walking the course.
Yeah.
No. I'm not walking a golf course. That's what we pay for, the cart fees.
Yeah, exactly.
And all that. I don't want to walk it. Do you play golf, Bo?
I do. Not very good at it.
Actually, Bo's pretty good at it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. So I'll go golfing, and I got to, relearn how to do it. I get back in the hang of it. By the end of 18 holes, I'm doing pretty good. And then I won't go again for, a year. I lose all that skill I gained in that one game. Then I go again, and it's the same thing. I got to relearn. I got to, get my skill back. By the end of the game, I'm good. It's just a vicious cycle. So I could hypothetically go out there and, hone my skill, but...
Chase?
Not since I was very little.
That's called putt-putt.
Yeah. No, when I was a kid, I went to a summer camp every year called Mixed Sticks. It was just golf and tennis, and that was all we did all day, every day.
Sounds like a camp for kids that are about to get molested. Mixed Sticks.
No, it wasn't a good name, but yeah. But that's
it. Was it a good time?
Did he say?
I don't remember.
Mixed sticks. Is that what you said?
Mixed sticks.
Okay, yeah. Mixed sticks.
Mixed sticks.
Camp.
Yeah.
I like that channel.
I don't remember it, so you might be onto something. I don't know. I may have blocked that out.
I've always been surprised that the rock world is synonymous with golf. Most people in bands like to play golf.
The big time.
And it's amazing because, you think rock and roll is a little more against the rules, doesn't conform. That's right. Rock and roll. And then it's no, 18 holes of golf tomorrow after I scream my ass off at a metal show.
How many sports can you drink and still play, though?
Very true.
That's what you think about. But look at it like this, Alice Cooper. What a good example of that. He's a great golfer.
Right.
He's AM pro, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a scratch golfer. He's doing, running him like Adam. You just think about that playing around with Alice, man. That'd be awesome.
My last viral interview was with Alice Cooper,
kidding.
and we were talking about golf, and we talked he gave me a few lessons, or he gave me a few tips on there. So to get tips from golf from Alice Cooper, that was pretty badass.
That's pretty cool.
And he was just the nicest guy in the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, he is just the cream of the crop when it comes to just a friggin' sweetheart. You want to talk Star Wars, Bo?
I'm just kidding. I don't know much about Star Wars.
Anyone in here can talk from Star Wars.
I know more about golf than I do Star Wars, not gonna lie. I got my Tolkien, but Star Wars, I lost the plot on that one.
Well, welcome to episode number 103 of the Scoped Podcast. I am Jackson Heaton, Atlanta's Rock Ambassador. Happy to be with the CEO. This is a long time in the making, Mac, the CEO, playing live. How long ago did y'all come out with Redemption?
God, it feels like 8 years ago, but it's probably been a year. Well, actually, it came out last June, I want to say, but it feels like forever ago. So.
And when did you start making it?
I want to say it was the December before. It's funny because with this pandemic, everything is now before pandemic or after.
That's exactly how it goes.
It was the December we started before the pandemic.
Yeah, December 2019.
Yeah, exactly. So we cut, Sevendust had just gotten out of the studio.
Right.
We go in, we cut hours, barely get that done in time, and then everything stops. You guys had to shelf yours. We shelved ours, and then it came out last June. So that's where we are.
And this is the first time y'all get to play it live.
Yes, it is. In fact, we've never played it. We're just going to wing it.
You've never played this album, a song live off
rehearsal.
of it. Just rehearsal.
Just rehearsal. That's it.
How many rehearsals have y'all had?
About 2.
Yeah.
No, we're ready. I mean, the guys have done an amazing job, and we're ready for this show. So trust me, we're chomping at the bit to get it done.
And it's April 23rd at 37 Main Avondale Estates.
That's right. Yeah, which is a fantastic venue. I don't know if you've been there, but it's Elvis played that stage. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us.
And of course, with you, you'll have 7 Year Witch.
Yes.
Bo is here representing them as well. Then we got Vincent here representing his band Sevendust as well. So a lot of different bands in one room right now. And then Chase, who's in The Thrill and the CEO.
Yes.
Yep.
My gosh.
Every musician has to have a minimum of 2 bands.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't understand how y'all keep. I said it. I asked Bo about. I don't know how the hell y'all keep up with all this music. Like,
you know what? The funny thing is, we'll probably play the wrong songs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
it's like I was recently reading about Machine Gun Kelly appeared on Howard Stern and butchered aerials from System of a Down. Like, absolutely butchered it.
Oh, God.
I haven't even watched the video. I've seen it pop up, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really even know who he is, but every now and then I'll hear one of these things like, oh, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly did this. And I'm like, I don't know who that is, but I'll pretend like I know so I fit in with the crowd.
I think I know him as Tommy Lee from The Dirt.
Yeah, that's it.
That's as far as
yeah.
I understand.
We're talking about the old gangster from the 20s, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised that people don't know he's all in the news. Like, he dates Megan Fox.
Right.
I don't know. Not that I want to stay on that very long. It's just like, I'm just very surprised that some people in the rock world are like, oh, yeah, of course I know who that is. And then some people are like, no, I have no clue.
Right.
I think it's an age limit thing, maybe, right? Once you get
I'm
past a certain
87,
age.
so that would absolutely prove that thesis.
Now, Vincent, you and I, or Vinny, you like going by Vinny, right?
Yes, it doesn't matter really.
Just spell his name right on his check. He don't care. Otherwise,
I mean, I feel like I need to call him Sir Vincent.
we call him boss.
Sir Vinny.
No, sir.
Pleasure to have you in here, by the way,
It's a
Vinny.
pleasure to be here.
You and I were talking, we were all talking a little bit before, and everybody feel free to weigh in. The pandemic really changed a lot for the music industry and really made you kind of refocus, realign with why you fell in love with music and how you write your music. Like, agree with me or disagree with me, I'm hearing a lot from bands that they're kind of evolving their sound. They're writing new stuff. They're kind of being like, all right, how can we be a little different than we were before?
Right.
Like, every band's always wanted to, write a different kind of album. But I think really with the pandemic and 2 years of nothing, bands are really coming back, being like their mind is just more open than ever, if that makes sense.
It's got a lot to do with focus. You had all this time to focus on like my situation, not touring. I mean, usually it's balls to the wall touring, after a record and supporting the records and stuff. And we just in the Sevendust world, we get in that situation, we don't usually ride on the road. I mean, when we tour, and that's what we're doing, you know what I mean? And it's been a lot of downtime, but the downtime has turned into a pretty good productive situation on, material coming out. And it has, opened up opportunities to do other things, a lot of that stuff, which I'm, like the CEO here, I'm just thankful and proud to be involved with this thing here. And, the whole thing with the pandemic with us, with me personally, is it's like, this is your thing. You're taking my whoopee away. You're basically jerking your job right out from under you. And it was kind of tough to realize that. And it's kind of passed quicker than I thought, because like, when you play your last show? And I'm like, well, it's been a long time, but it don't seem that way now. We're starting to get back out there and move and shake a little bit.
As a band that toured as much as Sevendust did, you never thought there'd be a time where you weren't touring. Like, I'm not going to go a year without touring, not, during our prime, not while we're like this, and then, bam.
Yeah, it's done. It's like a sack of taters, heavy sack.
2-ton heavy thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you appreciated the good time at home that you hadn't had in a long time.
Being home and spending some time on by the way, congratulations to you. I understand you're having a young son.
Having a son in between 4 and 5 weeks. That's right.
That's awesome, man.
And I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm just excited to introduce him to good rock, Atlanta rock, and bands that have gone and done amazing things from here. And like I said, I got him a little shirt that says Atlanta's Little Rock Ambassador. So hopefully, it's crazy. I went to the Masters, I was telling y'all, and instead of buying myself stuff, I just spent my whole budget on him. I was like, I want him to have this shirt. I saw this.
Welcome to the rest of your life.
I saw this really cute baby onesie. I'm like, gotta have it. Little Green Masters T-shirt, gotta have it. Sippy cup, gotta have it. Of course, it's $30 for a sippy cup at the Masters.
God, it's the Masters.
So no, it's fun, and I tell everybody, every woman I've ever known that's been pregnant, it seems like they're pregnant forever. But when it's your own wife, it feels like it goes like that.
Right.
Like in the blink of an eye. I feel like she told me just yesterday. And you have 2 daughters.
I have 2 daughters. Yes, I do. And
God bless you.
And it's a wonderful blessing for sure. And they just enjoy it while they're little, man, because that goes by quick.
Yeah.
Mine are kind of growing up, and yeah. I got to play more shows.
Got to make more money.
More shows.
You got tuition to pay for.
A lot of T-shirts to sell.
A lot of T-shirts to sell. Mike, we got to book a European tour right after this.
Come to the show. We've got tuition to pay for, please.
As we said, you can never have enough money to have a kid.
Right.
Man, brother.
Well, Vinnie, all that, and we'll talk more Sevendust, but how did you join the CEO?
Well, these guys are great. I've seen them play, and they had some stuff, they were looking to do a record, and, I was just thankful to be able to get involved with them.
No, it was a lot more than that. I mean, obviously, we had put together the first record that we did, and we were basically doing a showcase here in Atlanta, and, talked Vinny into coming out and taking a look at it, and he was like, that was cute, and I appreciate it, but we're going to put you with some real big boys and see how well you do. So he sent it down to a proper producer who whipped us into shape real quick and called up Vinny and goes, okay, I think your boys are going to be okay, so why don't you come on down and join them? And that's what he did. So it was like getting sent to camp, boot camp, and I guess we did well enough to get a call from the boss, and he came on down, and it's ever since then it's been like he said, and we were friends before, we knew each other before, that type of thing, but since then it's just become family.
Yeah, because when we first did that interview back, I guess it was 2019.
When I was a lot younger.
You didn't have any gray hair yet.
Exactly.
So you kind of had them from that interview, like really fast after that. Everything started to kind of happen.
Yeah, and it obviously it helped that we had Vinny in our corner. So it's like anything else, doors open for you. So
having a heavy hitter never hurts.
Amen, brother.
And you are a heavy hitter.
No, sir. I'm far from a heavy hitter.
That's why I call him the boss, right?
Well, if we're having shots of whiskey, I'm a heavy hitter.
And then
I appreciate, but I am thankful. Listen, this is fantastic, and like you said, it's a family situation.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And excited about everything that happens here, and it's just a good thing.
You still you just have that passion for music, Vinny. Being in Sevendust, people would be like, all right, I'm cool. I don't got to do anything else. I don't need to be in anything else. But to join up with another project, that just shows you're still passionate for music.
I'm definitely passionate about this right here. Like I said, it's fantastic, man. It's fun. Love these guys. Great musicians, I am the least one good in this band here.
It will absolutely kick your ass in pool. So, he's a shark, and don't let him tell you otherwise. Don't let him rope-a-dope you into playing pool with him. And honestly, that's what it was like when we were in the studio. Yeah, we had a great time. You would think that type of scenario, especially with a Grammy award-winning producer and guys that have been nominated for Grammys, and here you just this local knucklehead going into the studio, you think you'd be extremely intimidated by it. And it was the exact opposite. I mean, they couldn't have been cooler. They couldn't have been more easy to work with, obviously professional, but man, all that went out the window 5 minutes into it. We're having barbecues, we're writing rock and roll music, we're playing pool, and it was as easy. And I think that's reflected in the album. I know that's reflected in the album, especially towards the end when we're writing stuff together. It was just extremely easy and fun, and probably exactly how every recording session should be. So it was fantastic.
Yeah, because some recording sessions are better than others. Some of them are better than others, my friend.
I felt horrible. I'm like, can we get a little closer to the mic, Vinny? I feel bad.
It's all good.
He and I both are mumblers, so
You must project. You must use your voice.
Yes.
And then, of course, we got Bo and Chase rounding out the CEO, and them as well are heavy hitters. I called The Thrill an Atlanta group, Atlanta rock super group, because you had Aiden coming in there, and then Chase and Joe, obviously. So
they call it The Thrill for a reason.
Yep.
They're a thrill to listen to.
Exactly.
And then 7 Year Witch. I mean, if you've seen a 7 Year Witch show, to watch you guys on stage.
It's something.
Is it exhausting afterwards?
No, usually the adrenaline keeps you going. So it's afterwards, though, like the next morning you hurt a lot.
Especially sleeping in a van afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you get to get off the stage.
I'm sleeping in a hammock in a van.
If you want to listen to the van story, listen to 7 Year Witch's episode on the Scoped podcast, please.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see him that much energy at 50.
It's not, I'll be dead at 50.
Exactly.
I told them that when I went to see them at Mad Life Stage Studios, I took Aisha, and we weren't pregnant at the time, I don't think. But I looked at her and I go, "You're never going to be around these guys. They're very good looking. They're very good looking. Like, the singer on stage, he's got like this long hair, and he's like,
doing backflips.
And he's like doing backflips, his hair's waving, and I'm like, don't you be looking. Don't you be looking.
That used to be us, Vinny, when we were younger.
I can't remember that far back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was asking Vinny about, the scene here in Atlanta when Sevendust was coming up, and he's like, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Very long time ago. It's changed a little bit,
Changed a little bit.
Changed a little bit, but... same old, I guess it's the same kind of situation, but, when we came up, it was kind of a little bit of the old school record label situations. And I don't know if y'all remember the Rec Room. You remember the Rec Room back in the day down there? That's where we kind of happened to run into some record people, and that's where all that started. But, yeah, all the venues, man, banging all the damn clubs, man, going and flying all the cars and stuff. Back in the day, it was crazy.
It was flyer war. Every telephone post, every car, you take off their flyers, you put your flyers on. It was nuts, man.
You too, Mac. You got to be in the mic.
Obviously, Vinny plastered over my flyers, and he made it, and I didn't. So there you go.
Well, and also what I say as a huge Atlanta rock scene fanatic and supporter, fans back in the day, they just wanted to see shows even if they didn't know who the band was.
Absolutely.
They just wanted to go see who was playing at Star Bar, or Smith's Old Bar, or places like that. Now, people don't go see a show unless they know exactly who the band is, or without checking out your social media first.
Right.
Well,
there was no social media back in. I mean,
yes, of course.
Crazy.
So I imagine you saw quite a few, like, back in the day before they hit, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just you can look at it the same way, I guess. I mean, trying to break a new situation now is like, just think about all the, like the label situations, how they've restructured everything, and, now the social media stuff is huge,
Yeah, you're talking about putting flyers out. Why didn't you just make a post on Instagram?
I don't know why we didn't think of that.
What?
Yeah.
What was it? What?
Vinny, how would Sevendust have done if you had to do social media every day back in the day, like putting out teaser videos and all that?
I don't know, man. We probably wouldn't have made it.
It was more simple back in the day. It was a purity to it.
Yeah, and it was like a. You remember it was a big deal, man. Let's all hook up. We're going to go drink some beers and we're going to flyer everything, go to show. And like you said, just going to shows is checking everybody out. Yeah. Don't know what you're going to get involved in, but.
Yeah, back in 2017, like in my heyday of going to local shows, it was, hey, I'm going to check out Smith's Old Bar from this time to this time. Right. And then later that night, I'm going to go to Star Bar and I want to see a new local band playing over there. And that's something
fun, man.
That's something I was hoping. And I did see a little bit after the pandemic and things started opening back up. People did kind of have a little more of an eagerness to go out to shows. But as I always say, you can go to State Farm Arena, you can go to Mercedes-Benz and see a big band. But, no disrespect to the touring bands, but, there are always bands gigging here in Atlanta at, local venues that put on good shows, that want to entertain you with their music. And it's a $7-10 ticket.
Right.
So I want people to have that eagerness to get back out there and see local shows and, support a city like Atlanta that does have all this talent available.
Ton of talent here, No. And
none in this room, but there's a ton of talent. Ton of talent in the town.
Do that.
Which is all the more reason you should come see this lack of talent on the 23rd.
This talentless act.
We are so bad that it's a spectacle to behold, and you should come to this show.
You have to be able to tell people, I saw that shitty band. Yeah. The talentless losers in the CEO.
This is going to be one for
Hargraves band, right?
No, I was at 37 Main. I emceed a show there, Shotgun, Superstars, or some band there, but it was a great venue. I love 37 Main.
Oh, yeah. Those guys do a great job, too. And it's you were talking about Rec Room. For us, that's kind of our home base.
Yeah.
They've been supportive for years. So we're really excited that our first one out of the gate is going to be at our hometown club. Yeah. It's a great venue, great guys.
Benny, your favorite food in Atlanta, what is it? Go.
That's a great question. I'm kind of a soul food guy. I hit a lot of the country kitchens. I'm a collard green, black eyed peas guy.
Meat and three.
Meat and three, yeah. Meat and three is great.
You should come out to my hometown of Blairsville, up in North Georgia. We got all the country kitchens over there.
That's why I was raised on that stuff, and when I come home, I like to get back into the groove on that. But now I will go to Capitol Grill with y'all anytime or whatever. Have a nice steak.
Will not say no.
Well, Mac has bought me 2 steaks at Chops now, and I have loved every second of it.
That's right. You're working on number 3 right now.
The waiter comes over and I'm looking at the price and I'm like, God, thank God he's paying. And I'm like, can I get the filet mignon, truffle butter sauce? Maybe I should get one to go home. I'm probably going to be hungry later.
Well, compared to $2,000 mirrors, I don't have a problem with that. Chopped steak dinner.
Speaking, raising kids, it costs a lot of money, and buying mirrors, right, Mike?
Yeah, a little bit.
But
worth every penny, trust me.
What did you say? It was either you or Vinny that said it. That's the ultimate woman saying it was on sale. Or something like that.
Yeah. Any man that's been married for any amount of time knows that line, But honey, it's on sale.
My wife does that with Amazon.
That's what my inner voice tells me whenever I see a shirt that I really want that starts at $6, but it's actually $3, and I only have $2 in my bank account. So I'm like, it's on sale.
If you had $2 million in your bank account, it would still be the same.
Yeah.
I would cringe. I would pucker up a little bit at a $2,000 mirror entering the house.
Well, when you sign up for that deal, right, you just kind of just smile and go, okay.
Well, and then you said it's got to be delivered too.
Oh yeah, it's got to be delivered. Totally.
And installed?
Installed perfectly. So everyone must come by my house and check out my $2,000 mirror.
Charge admission.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to charge admission to stare at yourself in the magical mirror.
Exactly right.
Mac, where's favorite place to eat in Atlanta? And you didn't name a place, Vinny. You got to name a place.
Ooh.
Well,
That's why I said
jump over on Mac real quick. Let me think about this.
All right, we're going to come back to you. We're gonna
He's
come
pulling
back
up
to you.
Google Maps. Stop him.
You know, and
Like, soul food in
I'm with
Atlanta.
you. You know, I mean, basically, I didn't grow up with much of anything, so you know, I'm always impressed by the dumbest things. You know, so just your basic local Mexican restaurant makes me happy. So you know, it's like I don't care. You know, you got chips and salsa, sweet. It's my new favorite restaurant. You know, we're in.
And speaking of restaurants, there's millions of them here.
Millions of restaurants, yes.
Great food town, you know? I mean, you get anything here.
R. Thomas. Have you ever been to R. Thomas?
I have.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, R. Thomas. I used to live, lived in a condo about a mile from there, and that was a go-to place
That was
for
a
a while.
go-to for a while, right?
24/7.
Yep.
Like go after a show. You know,
After show,
yeah.
the
$7 orange juice always has you back. I got that for the first time, and I saw the bill. I'm like, excuse me, why does my bill say this orange juice is $7? He's like, we make it in house. I go, I can go buy my own oranges, make my own orange juice for that $7 orange juice. Whew.
Tasty, wasn't it?
But it was so good. It was so good. I love R. Thomas, man.
It's always
Anybody
nice
have
to-
any specific favorite restaurants they like here in Atlanta? Come on.
Ooh,
But that was good, Mac. It's okay.
There's this one like right downtown. It's a little burger joint called Just Around the Corner, right next to it's right next to Phillips Arena or State Farm Arena. Sorry.
We'll edit that out. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, but it's right next to there. It literally is probably the size of a camper trailer. They have really good burgers though. I used to love going there before going to like a Falcons game or anything.
I went to Georgia State, so we got some hot dogs there a couple times. I couldn't remember what that was
Yeah,
called.
that place is awesome. I think that's what it was called. At least that's what it said on like the side of the building.
See, guys, that was a good answer because we're trying to do some shout outs here and plug some places in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Chase.
I like the local mom and pop type places, you know, Waffle House, Taco Mac.
Oh, kill him.
There's a corporate thing. You will not meet the owners.
No, I live in Athens, man. So I'm literally only ever in Atlanta for shows pretty much. And then it's like, as soon as I'm done, it's late. I'm driving back to Athens, stop at Waffle
Well,
House. or
I'm going to go
something.
ahead and answer the question for him. The best restaurants in Athens are the Royal Peasant and Cali and Tito's.
Cali and
Oh,
Tito's
yes.
is amazing. That's one of our favorites. I still have never been to the Royal Peasant. I want to go, but I've never been. So,
The burger, man.
well, I also don't eat meat, so that makes it hard too.
I don't eat a lot of meat either.
But Cali and Tito's amazing. My favorite place
That has my
Athens.
full endorsement.
Yeah,
And then
High Low is one of my favorite places. in
High Low.
Athens. That place.
And then you got to wash it down with a Jittery Joe's coffee.
There you go.
Two of my favorite places in Athens closed, which almost got rid of my entire reason of going to Athens ever. There was a place called Pouch, which did meat pies, and then Caba. Caba you never had Caba?
No.
Oh, dude, it was the best. Owned by the same people that own Locos, except it was better, and it was amazing, and now it's gone.
What's the shitty Chinese takeout restaurant there?
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo?
Choo-choo. Oh, man. Oh, I've spent a total of about 10 hours in the bathroom from Choo-choo.
Dude, they're amazing. They deliver till like 4 a.m., so it's perfect.
And there are not one, but two calzone places that will deliver until 4 a.m.
Guys, next time you're in Athens, go to Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo, man.
It'll change your
Is that a
life.
directive?
Yep.
See, we all know Choo-choo because we're laughing so hard.
Yeah, it's usually like the hangover food in the morning, you know.
Or breakfast at Mama's Boy.
Yes, Mom. I actually live like 0.3 miles from Mama's Boy or something. We walk there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I love Mama's Boy.
Choo-choo, you open it up, it's just like the greasiest MSG-filled shit you've ever seen in your life and
That yellow
tasted.
sauce is thick as hell.
What
You
is
just
the
dump
yum
it
yum
out.
sauce?
It doesn't matter what it is. You just eat it.
It's yellow. That's all you
You
know.
would never want to know
Give me
the
some of that
ingredients.
yellow sauce, son.
We literally, every time we order it, we're like, let me get 15 extra containers of yellow sauce.
That's homework, guys. That's homework. Go to Choo-choo.
You get to a certain age where you've got to know what you're eating.
It's choo-choo.
Choo-choo, that's what you're eating.
Yeah, that's what you're eating.
I'm going to go with no.
It's what for dinner.
Yeah.
All right, Vinny, here you go. If you could have dinner with any rock legend, living or dead, who's it going to be?
Wow. That's a great question that I don't know how to answer. I don't know. I might go. I'll tell you what. I'd like to have. Well, and I've done shows with Ted Nugent.
Oh wow!
I'd like to sit down and break bread with him.
Well, he's never boring.
He's never boring. He probably has some good steaks or whatnot when you're eating with Ted Nugent. But he's an interesting cat.
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
You might not get a word in edgewise.
That's even better.
Cat can
there
talk.
listen
to him. That's right.
But yeah, I might roll with that. That would be an interesting sit down for sure.
Ted Nugent. I like that answer. Meg?
Elvis. Yeah.
Elvis.
I'd go with Elvis, yeah. Dead or alive. Yeah.
Bo.
God, that one's difficult. As a guitar player, or no. Either Jack White or Josh Homme.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yeah, one of those two, because I just need to figure out how the hell they do whatever it is that they do to make guitars sound like they do.
Josh Homme or Queens?
Yeah. He's ridiculous. I want to just pick his brain. I don't understand how he writes like he does. It's like he's an alien. I got to understand it. How about you?
All right, moving on. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, there's so many, but I'd have to go Dimebag.
Dimebag,
yeah.
We talked about our love of Pantera.
Exactly. Yeah. I've got 2 Pantera tattoos. I mean, they're my jam. That's my favorite band ever. So, Dime, number one. There's so many guys I would like to, get to have dinner with. But
you got a tattoo of Roy Orbison on your butt.
Exactly.
Give me a week. I'll get you a ranked list of the
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I'll give you the Mount Rushmore of people I would love to have.
What's yours?
Man, I was thinking about it.
Not so easy, is it?
No, when I think of like older rock, I want to jam, or I want to hang out with Bob Dylan. I want to hang out with Bob Dylan in the '60s.
That would be fun. That would be
that's interesting. Can we choose time periods?
Yeah. I want to.
That changes the game a little bit.
Yeah. I picked a guy that was dead. So
Bob Dylan in about '66 when he's just in the auditoriums with his harmonica and his acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on him, and it was just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Yeah, Dylan. That or the lead singer of Septic Flesh. Yeah. He's probably hardcore.
If I could pick time periods, I'd pick like John Lennon, December 7th, 1980. It'd be like, dude, watch your back tomorrow.
Don't be signing the autographs.
Yeah, you just need to stay at home. Stay at home.
If you see somebody walking towards you, you just walk the other way.
Yep.
Just this one day.
Yeah. Oh, God. That gave it a morbid twist.
Anyone else want to change their answer since talking about time period?
What about what about a newer artist?
So somebody like definitely alive, or could still be dead but newer.
I don't know. What about a newer artist? That's kind of hard. I'm with you on the Pantera thing too, man. I mean,
newer's relative. You mean do you mean like current
microphones?
You mean current, or do you mean like what age group are we talking? Like how old is this?
Relevant
artist?
right now.
Relevant right now.
Taylor
Vinnie Hornsby of Sevendust.
Yeah. I choose Vinnie. Yeah.
I was nervous when he was coming in. I was nervous.
I'm still nervous. Huh? He's sitting right next to him. I was like, what the hell?
Y'all crazy.
Y'all crazy.
I've had 11 interviews go viral. I get Vinnie Hornsby of Sevendust in my studio.
And if you know anything about
Sevendust
fans, they are diehard. I mean, diehard fans. Trust me. Like just because we hang out with him, it's seriously they're all about him. What kind of toilet paper does Vinny use?
Doesn't somebody have you tattooed on their back?
Exactly.
Somebody has your face tattooed on them, don't they?
I don't know, man. No, we got some great people come out to the show. We don't call them. It's like a family reunion every time we play shows.
Yeah,
that's
a fact.
They're
diehard, man.
Looking forward to getting the family reunion here, rocking and rolling.
Darn right.
Get the CEOs popping, shooting guns and having fun.
And that is, I'm just so happy that the CEO finally is getting out there and playing. Finally going to hear this record, because I've been waiting. I've been dying to see you guys live. Like, you hear the teasers, you see the music video, and it's going
to be a hell of a show. I mean, really, get there early. Come see Silly Goose. I mean, these guys are they're young, they're happening. They got a great little following right behind them. They're gonna be somebody you're gonna be talking about in the future. And then of course, we've already talked about 7 Year Witch, and I hate to say like little brothers, but these guys are phenomenal. They're super cool, great high energy show. You definitely want to see them. So those two bands, and then the old guys show up at that point, and we'll do the best we can to entertain you. No, we're really excited, and we think. Whether you're a Sevendust fan, CEO fan, or just a basic rock and roll fan, there's going to be something there for you. I can guarantee you that.
And April 23rd again at 37 Main Avondale Estates. That's like 7 days before my wife might give birth. So I'm kind of on a...
do the best you can, right?
You're in the red zone, son.
I am in the red zone. I'm going to Monster Jam on Saturday, Supercross on the 16th. And she's now, being after 35 weeks, she's like, they can come in at any point. So I'm just like, cell phone like this.
Keep it charged, son. Keep it charged.
Like the Masters, you can't take your cell phone in. And I was like just sweating the whole time. I was like, oh, God, my luck is going to be that she texts me and it's like, I'm in labor.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I remember they took, last time I went there, it's been a while since I've been, but they took the phones.
Yeah.
They're still doing all that?
Yeah, you can check it at the entrance, which it's been 9 years since I've been, so I forgot about that. But you can check it at the entrance. And in the practice rounds, you can take cameras.
Right.
And all that. And so, Tiger was there putting. The game has changed now that Tiger's playing.
Yeah, it is.
The coverage, everything.
Everything's changed, and he is in. And I think the line of bets are saying about making the cut. I mean, there's some good numbers going up on that. I think he's going to do pretty well. It's a miracle. It's amazing that he's able to walk it,
I mean, and that's, of course, his biggest challenge is being able to walk it after all that back surgery. But, to come back and to still have the kind of clout that, he's like, I may play, I may not play. I'll decide on my own time. And then to still be like, it's Tiger Woods. He's had all the back surgeries and all that. But you think, he could win. It's Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. And to be a godlike figure like that is just...
He's a superstar.
Yeah.
For sure.
That guy is most recognizable face probably on the planet, one of them. And, to see the crowd around him while he's chipping or putting, everyone's just like in awe. It's like, if he moves a finger, people are like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now I want to play golf with you, Vinny.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Now I want to play some golf with you.
It's fun.
We got to do it. We all get together.
You better bring your money. He'll take it. Don't play him in pool or golf. He'll take it.
Yep.
I lose that money, son.
I'm guessing you're a good golfer.
No, I'm not. I'm just very.
He tries.
That's how he sets you up right there. Don't take the bait.
The hustle.
What the funny thing is? Some days can be good and some days can be really bad.
Yeah, but it's that
Most of the time, it's the really bad.
It's that one shot that brings you back to.
It is always that. What a great game,
Yeah. This is as frustrating as it is, and as much as you love it at the same time, and it's my getaway, my relaxing thing.
Right.
I love golf.
It's awesome.
I would love to get a little better at it. I just don't seem to have the time.
Me too. And it's funny. Like Bo was saying, we go play and you get. I always say if I don't play a lot, my short game goes, haywire or whatever. You say you get on regulation. Well, you're on in regulation and I 3-putt everything. That gets aggravating, but. Like you said, as soon as you get in the groove, and then you got to keep it going. And my muscle memory ain't as good as it used to be, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what half those words meant in the middle, but I get what you mean.
Yeah. I saw Bo's face. He's like,
yeah. You started talking golf terms, and I'm like, I just know swing at the ball, and it does
Hit the ball
thing.
straight. And put it in the hole, and you're all good, right?
Yep, exactly.
All right, Bo.
Yeah.
What's the 3 things on your bucket list?
Oh my God.
Everyone's getting a separate question right now.
Okay, thank God. I'm over here.
3 things on my bucket list. I'd like to play some huge festival somewhere. That'd be cool. But I don't know if that's that out there for a bucket list.
Really not.
Yeah, it's really not. Bucket list. I'd like to go to Antarctica. A lot of them are going to be travel based, I think. Antarctica, take a train. I'd like to do this Trans-Siberian Railway. That'd be cool. And then go to North Korea. I don't know why. I've always been fascinated with
You want to go to North Korea?
Yeah, people that have gone to North Korea and stuff. I don't know why I'm interested. I like that, the fact that they don't want you to go there makes it all the more exciting. Like I want to go there. I want to see.
They don't want you, so you want them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to see what you've got.
Vinny, if you weren't playing bass for Sevendust, who would it be?
Oh no, that's good. I'd like to play bass for AC/DC.
That'd be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Why AC/DC?
Boom, 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 boom.
There you
One
go.
note the whole time. You just sit back. You wouldn't have to jump around as much as you do, would you?
Great. I just go back to the cabinets, do my thing, walk up, sing a little bit, and go back to the cabinets.
Oh yeah.
Be tight. I don't know.
AC/DC, that's a good one.
Plus 100,000 people with red horns jumping up down. Sounds like a good time to me, right?
Oh yeah.
And all right, Mac, your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, going to hell, I guess. I don't have any fears. I fear nothing, honestly.
You're a CEO. You just tackle life.
Yeah, it's good. I'm good. It's good. All things are good. No fears.
No fears at all.
No.
All right, Chase, since he didn't have an answer, that's yours.
Okay. My biggest fear. Drum circles.
Drum circle.
Yeah, I'm scared of walking up on a drum circle. That's scary. Just a bunch of people just hitting on stuff. No direction, no tempo.
Have you ever happened to you?
I've heard about them. I've heard about
I
drum
walked into
circles
one
at
time
festivals and stuff. And I think we happened upon one at Dragon Con once,
Yep.
and I've blocked that out of my memory. Drum circles.
They'll get you, and they grow.
They grow. They do
Like
grow.
sinkholes, they grow and just consume.
It doesn't have to be a drum. They'll hit anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Too much chaos for me.
Yeah. And you walk in there with a metronome, the looks you get are just evil.
I don't even know what this is.
A
Drum circles?
No.
It's literally just people hanging out.
A bunch of
banging on
hippies
stuff.
in a circle with bongos.
Seriously? That's
Yeah.
a thing?
That's a thing.
Well, I'm afraid of that now, too. So, there you go. I'll take my answer back and take his.
My wife used to do a lot of drum circles when she lived in Dahlonega, and she was really a big part of the hippie scene. And, the first night I spent the night at her house, we're going to bed there, and next thing I know, I hear, so he plays this sleep music, and it was a little
Are mushrooms involved in this little process? Maybe?
You would have
I
thought
might
so.
not be afraid if so, but for right now.
That might be the ingredient
I had
you're
like the
missing.
greatest night of sleep ever that night, though.
Oh, it might be the ingredient you're missing. Little mushrooms.
Well, Mac, now that the CEO has finally getting to play, what's next for the band?
Well, that's a good question. Obviously, it's been a couple years since we recorded anything, and everything has just kind of been put on hold for a while. So, we're going to do this show, and let's be honest, we really kind of work around the Sevendust schedule, and these guys just got back from the first leg of a tour, had a little bit of a break, so we're going to squeeze what we can squeeze in while Vinny's here, and he goes back out again. And when they come back, and of course, Bo and Chase, they have other bands that are out doing their thing. So we're just kind of one of those bands that we have a little bit of time. We'll get together, we play some shows, we record some stuff, and that's kind of how we've designed and built this thing. It isn't necessarily one that's going to be a ground pounder per se. They've got ground pounding bands. For us, it's you come back home, it's family, let's get together, we can shuck and jive together, we play some music, we write some stuff. If the producer has time to record us, we'll go do that. If some festival needs, 2 men and a couple of rock stars, then we'll show up and play. So I think that's really what our purpose is.
Oh, it's got to be cool to have that kind of freedom too, with a project. Apart from like Sevendust or 7 Year Witch, the thrill, all that. To have the CEO that's kind of your passion project. I know it is yours, Mac.
It's just honestly, if we got together in my basement and played old AC/DC songs, I think we'll have just as much fun as we do when we get out on stage. And it's rewarding to play the stuff that you wrote. And it's great, especially when people, they'll come up to Vinny out on the road and say, hey, I heard the new CEO album, I love it. Or they're wearing the T-shirt and they'll come over and seek him out, and which is really cool. And, or somebody's, on YouTube playing the song that you wrote. That's pretty cool too. But for us, it's like we get together and we jam for a couple hours, we have a few beers, we have a great time. So it's therapeutic as much as it is, a hobby, I guess.
And just shout out to another great band in Atlanta. Tetrarch recently went out with Sevendust.
We just did the first leg. We did first leg. We're doing right now. We're doing the Animosity. Well, it's supposed to be 2020. It's been over that since the pandemic because we're going out and doing this the full record in context with that. And yeah, we took this band out. I didn't realize they were from Atlanta until we got out on the road, and we had a great time with them guys. And Diamond, she can rip up a guitar pretty good.
Yeah,
we had a good run with them, and maybe we'll cross paths at some point, later in the future. But
two great Atlanta bands. Atlanta has produced so many great bands. Besides Tetrarch and Sevendust, you got your Mastodons, your Collective Souls, your Driving and Crying, all that, and it's just so amazing to be the rock ambassador for the up and coming bands here that are just killing it. Played Thrills song recently on Homebrew. Check that out every night at 8:30.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Miss Miserable.
Yes, yep, the first single. It's pretty cool we appreciate it because we had to have our first single on the radio for a week, man. That's pretty awesome. So,
my Aisha, my wife, listened to it. I believe I told you and Aiden that she listened to it. She goes, "That has the making of that has all the makings of what a great song should be."
Well, we definitely appreciate it, man. That one's pretty much all Aiden. The first 4 songs we're gonna be putting out are pretty much Aiden. Joe and I just put our stamps on it, but.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much. This was episode number 103 of the Scope Podcast. I literally stepped in a pile of shit when I forgot who played what instrument, and it's
all good.
I know. I literally was saying in my head, I got to ask Vinny what band he would play bass for if he wasn't playing bass for Sevendust. And then, as soon as I asked the question, because I asked Alice Cooper that in our interview, and it went viral because I go, Alice, if you weren't singing for, your band, who would it be? And he goes, I think I might want to try the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And then all these, Blabbermouth, Loudwire, Louder, all that. They're like, is Alice Cooper wanting to, replace Dave Grohl in the Foo Fighters? And it was this huge thing. So now I love, when I get the opportunity to talk to a touring artist, I like to ask them who they play for. And then as soon as I ask the question, I'm like, who would you play drums for? I'm like, So that
Rush.
Rush.
I'd be the Rush drummer.
That was literally me.
No, that's all good, man.
Embarrassing the shit out of myself.
Well, I mean, like I said, I wish I played drums that good as Morgan does anyway. So.
Now that you said that, next rehearsal, we need to watch him try to play Rush on drums.
In fact, we're going to put a video.
Yes. Vince
I
Hornsby
want to
butchers
see him play
Tom Sawyer.
AC/DC. There you go.
Yeah.
April 23rd, Avondale Estates, 37 Main. You got the CEO, you got 7-Year Witch, and Silly Goose. So enjoy, get out there, support local bands, local music like Silly Goose. They're definitely the local band of the bill, the up and coming local band, and support good talent because I think after 2 years of nothing, no shows, not being able to record, make records, and not being able to do what you've done for years, y'all are giving it more than ever before at this point.
Yeah, it's good to be.
It's a renewed energy.
It is a renewed energy, and we're looking forward to this show, right, guys? I am. I'm nervous.
I'm a little excited, just a little bit.
All we need is them to show up. It's a party. It's no different than hanging out in my basement. Right. Everybody's invited. We're just going to have a few. We're going to tell some stories, play some rock and roll, and it's a party just like it used to be, and it's going to be a good time.
Well, be there. Thank you guys. Until next time, rock on and rock hard.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, man.